Lehman Brothers is a name that echoes throughout the world of finance. What makes it stand out so much is not just its incredible success, but also its dramatic failure. At its peak, Lehman Brothers was the fourth largest firm of its kind in America, holding hundreds of billions in assets worldwide. Yet, not long after celebrating its best ever year, the firm collapsed entirely. The email announcing its bankruptcy came on a Monday morning, September 15, 2008. It became the largest bankruptcy in history, a true turning point, but the ripple effects were yet to be fully understood.
The collapse of Lehman Brothers shook global markets. The announcement marked the high point of a financial crisis that was not just an American problem, but a global one. The panic spread quickly, and what was an economic downturn turned into a full-blown crisis. After the news hit, the markets had one of the worst days since the 9/11 attacks in 2001. It was suddenly clear that no bank was safe, leading to widespread fear and uncertainty. The Lehman Brothers story is more than just an example of business gone wrong. It shows how a single company's fall can have worldwide implications.
To truly understand Lehman Brothers, we need to look back at its humble beginnings in 1847. The story starts when Henry Lehman opened a dry goods store in Alabama. It wasn't a finance empire, just a small shop in a rural area, selling basic items to local residents. But what set this little store apart was the vision of the Lehman family. They always sought new opportunities and didn't shy away from changing their business model when the market shifted.
Their next big move came when they saw potential in the cotton trade, a thriving business in the South back then. They accepted cotton in exchange for goods, allowing them to trade cotton on the open market. This adaptability became a key trait of Lehman Brothers, helping grow the business exponentially. Their understanding of market dynamics allowed them to pivot effectively, showing an impressive level of foresight and flexibility in their operations.
With this new business model, the Lehmans decided to move to New York, which was becoming a prime trading hub, especially since most transatlantic shipping started there. This relocation allowed them to take part in creating the New York Cotton Exchange, which was central to the cotton trade and is still operational today. This transition to New York was a turning point and showed their willingness to adapt to bigger markets where they could further expand.
It's fascinating how a simple dry goods store in Alabama transformed into a major player in the New York business scene. The Lehman Brothers' ability to seize new opportunities was remarkable. If you're interested in more details and want transcripts of all our episodes, consider joining our paid membership. Not only will you get access to exclusive content, but you'll also be supporting us, which is something we really need. Your support helps us keep creating valuable content.
After Henry Lehman passed away from yellow fever, his brothers Emmanuel and Mayer were left to carry on the business. They had to adapt quickly to the ever-changing landscape. Moving the center of their operations to New York was a strategic decision that allowed them to stay at the heart of the cotton trade. This move also marked a significant shift in the company's focus, especially important after their earlier ventures in Alabama.
Following the Civil War, the Lehman Brothers found new opportunities by expanding into commodities trading. The war had changed the market, and they saw a chance to grow. They weren't just trading cotton anymore. They started dealing in other commodities like coffee, tea, and orange juice. Their strategic decisions allowed them to capitalize on the evolving landscape, showcasing their flexibility and willingness to explore various markets.
As they diversified into various commodities, the brothers also started dipping their toes into the finance world by offering loans. Alabama required significant reconstruction post-war, providing an opening for the Lehmans. They loaned money to assist with rebuilding efforts, showing their early interest in financial services. This move was the beginning of their more finance-centric operations, setting the stage for their future in banking and investments.
Their entry into finance during this period was quite significant. Extending loans in Alabama served as a stepping stone for Lehman Brothers into the world of finance. It was their first real taste of financial services, and it highlighted their skill in seizing opportunities. This period of growth and evolution laid the foundation for the multifaceted finance entity they would eventually become.
By 1899, Lehman Brothers decided to move into something completely different: investment banking. It was not a bank in the traditional sense, but acted as a middleman for large investments. This transition began with underwriting initial public offerings, or IPOs. The first major IPO they were involved in was the International Steam Pump Company. Underwriting meant that Lehman Brothers evaluated the company and promised to buy any unsold shares, ensuring the offer would be successful.
That's right, and partnering with Goldman Sachs became a smart move. Together, they led some of the biggest IPOs of that era, such as those for Sears, Macy's, and Goodrich. By working together, they could distribute the risk while benefiting from rewarding deals. This partnership brought newfound success to Lehman Brothers and solidified their place in the financial world. But challenges awaited them as time went on, especially with the stock market facing downturns.
When the Great Depression hit, it was a tough time for Lehman Brothers, but they saw an opportunity to reinvent themselves once more. They broke into the world of venture capital, which was almost unheard of back then. During such a chilly economic climate, they decided to support the growth of new businesses, believing that with the right backing, these companies could flourish. This venture capital idea seemed risky but innovative, as they financed talented entrepreneurs with potential.
Venture capital, during those challenging years, was revolutionary and positioned Lehman Brothers as pioneers. They provided early-stage investments to new enterprises, and this new approach proved beneficial. It created pathways for businesses that otherwise might not have existed. By doing so, Lehman Brothers helped shape what we now know as modern venture capital. Their ability to see and seize opportunities even in tough economic times spoke volumes about their business savvy and strategic thinking.
During the Great Depression, Lehman Brothers tried something very different. They chose to invest in new businesses, kickstarting their venture into venture capital. It was a bold move because the economy was struggling, and most financial activities were slowing down. However, Lehman Brothers saw an opportunity to support entrepreneurs who had strong plans but no capital. It was risky, but they believed that investing in these small, promising businesses could lead to big returns.
Indeed, their approach was nothing short of revolutionary for the time. By betting on innovative ideas, they helped create a foundation for the modern venture capital sector. Lehman's decision to back new ventures showed remarkable forward thinking. Providing funds to talented but under-resourced business people, they played a pivotal role in nurturing new industries. Such investments changed how people saw business risks and rewards, proving that even during tough times, new growth possibilities were achievable.
The impact of Lehman Brothers' actions on venture capital wasn't fleeting. It had long-lasting effects. It introduced a way to leverage high-risk investments for potentially massive gains, a method that became integral to modern business funding. Today, the venture capital model Lehman helped form remains a crucial part of how new businesses start and scale. Their vision to invest in small, emerging companies laid the groundwork for countless enterprises, turning innovative concepts into thriving businesses through financial support.
Over the years, Lehman Brothers evolved into much more than just a venture capital innovator. They became a multifunctional finance entity, growing their services and expanding into different areas of finance. This evolution was marked by their ability to adapt and reinvent. By harnessing diverse strategies, they managed to sustain growth across economic cycles. Their willingness to explore varied finance avenues drove them to become one of the most versatile and complex financial institutions of their era, setting them apart from competitors.
After World War II, Lehman Brothers expanded more than ever. They started diversifying their operations, which meant they didn't just stick to what they knew best. Lehman saw an opportunity in entering different areas of finance and did so with great energy. This move to diversify made the company famous for its competitiveness. Each division was seen like its own company, and the different parts had to compete with each other for success. It was a unique way to motivate staff, but it also added pressure.
This competitiveness earned Lehman Brothers the nickname the Devil's Casino. The intense rivalry inside the company meant employees often worked against each other instead of together. This was not the best way to handle business when you want teams to share ideas and work as one. The high level of competition may have led to impressive short-term gains, but it also created an unfriendly workplace. The nickname highlighted the view that it was a place of excessive risk-taking.
These internal issues became more troubling when talented employees began leaving Lehman Brothers. Many chose to start their own companies rather than work in such a fractured environment. The company was losing people who had the skills and ideas needed for driving growth. This exodus was more than just an inconvenience. It struck at the company's ability to innovate and maintain its position as a formidable player in finance. The culture that pushed for competition ended up being a double-edged sword, hurting Lehman Brothers in the long run.
Ultimately, These internal problems signaled deeper issues at Lehman Brothers. When firms failed to retain talented employees, it reflects a broader dysfunction in management and workplace culture. This problem of talent departure was not just a symptom of the competitive atmosphere, but a warning of the instability within the company. The struggle to keep top experts foreshadowed future difficulties, making it clear that the internal environment would have long-lasting impacts on Lehman Brothers' future strategic moves.
After many successful years, Lehman Brothers was acquired by American Express in 1984. This acquisition created a merger with Shearson and Hutton, a big change for the company. The merger aimed to create a stronger and more diversified financial institution. At first, it seemed like a promising new chapter, with the potential for growth and stability. However, merging different entities with unique ways of working presented its own set of challenges and problems.
The blend of so many different corporate cultures led to significant inefficiencies in their operations. Different parts of the merged company often struggled to align their goals and methods. The transition period was anything but smooth, and internal conflicts became common. This time in Lehman Brothers' history was marked by uncertainty and friction as they tried to integrate various parts into a cohesive whole. Unfortunately, this period set them on a path of challenges and inconsistencies.
These operation inefficiencies became more pronounced as time went on. The new merged entity had to find ways to work together, but it wasn't easy. Different divisions had their own priorities, which affected the company's overall efficiency. This lack of harmony led to weakened operations and a slower decision-making process. The transition period at Lehman Brothers was characterized by these struggles, as the firm tried to reestablish itself in the ever-competitive finance world.
This challenging era became a precursor to the 2008 collapse. Though the struggles of the merger were complex, they highlighted the necessity of maintaining a cohesive identity as a firm. Lehman Brothers faced various hurdles in trying to unify and strengthen its business. Many steps were taken in an attempt to fix the problems, but the lack of a clear, unified direction continued to haunt the company. Retrospectively, these challenges foreshadowed later events and showed the importance of strong leadership and unified purpose. If you found this exploration of Lehman Brothers' history insightful, don't forget to like and subscribe to our podcast. Your support helps us keep bringing you these stories. And if you'd like to access full transcripts of our episodes, consider joining our YouTube membership. It's a great way to stay connected and support our work. We appreciate every one of you for listening today.